All right, guys, what's going on? Hope you've had a great day. Back to the grind tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. So, anyway, hope you guys have had a great day. Hope you have a great weekend. And let's talk a little bit about Sebastian Rogers. Just keeping his name and the story out there. And I kind of want to make some points here. Some stuff I've been thinking about. So, the first thing is, Chris has said, time and time again that they've been vetted and have nothing to do with Sebastian's disappearance, right? So, the one thing that cannot be done, though, if they've been vetted, and he's pretty much saying they've been cleared, why haven't police come out and say they do not believe they're involved in Sebastian's disappearance? Why haven't police come out and said that if Chris Proudfoot is saying that they're not involved in Sebastian's disappearance and they've been vetted? And just to give an example, this is the Idaho 4. This is one of the Idaho 4 press conferences I'm about to play. And in that press conference, I believe it's the police chief. He goes on to say that several people are not suspected in the crime of the Idaho 4. Okay. Now, if they would do that for certain people in Sebastian's case, I think it would lower the temperature on social media a little bit. But again, Chris Proudfoot is saying that they've been vetted and they've been cleared in basically anything to do with Sebastian's disappearance. But yet police cannot do what I'm about to play for you. They can't come out and say this for anybody in the Sebastian Rogers case. Take a listen.
We do not believe the following individuals were involved: the two surviving roommates, the male seen in a grub truck video circulating on the internet, a private party who drove Kaylee and Madison home, any of the individuals who spoke to the dispatcher on the 911 call. We're also aware of a male whom Madison and Kaylee had called several times the morning of November 13th, and we do not suspect that individual.
There you go. Let me play that for you again.
Who spoke to the dispatcher and Madison circulating on the following individuals were involved with assault. We do not believe the following individuals were involved.
Again, God, I wish they would do this in Sebastian's case.
We do not believe the following individuals were involved: the two surviving roommates, the male seen in a grub truck video circulating on the internet, a private party who drove Kaylee and Madison home, any of the individuals who spoke to the dispatcher on the 911 call. We're also aware of a male whom Madison and Kaylee had called several times the morning of November 13th, and we do not suspect that individual.
Well, there you go. Now, if the police would come out and say, we do not suspect, Chris Proudfoot, Katie Proudfoot, any of the Bowersox, Seth Rogers, if they would just come out and, do this, do you know how much that would lower the temperature on social media, guys? And again, this is a press conference. It says here, Idaho police hold press conference 10 days after college students were murdered. I mean, Chris is, pleading. He's just pleading. He's been pleading and pleading and pleading. We've been vetted. We have nothing to do with Sebastian's disappearance. But police, for some reason, cannot come out and do basically what I just let you listen to. If they did, I guarantee you things would be a lot different on YouTube. But yeah, I mean, and on top of that, you know, guys, we heard a lot of disturbing things that happened to Sebastian under Chris and Katie's watch. After Sebastian went missing, you know, Chris had to go on a huge tirade on YouTube of cussing and all that. Just, you know, so I mean, if police cannot, I mean, it would really help. I believe it would really help if they could. And Chris and Katie are truly vetted and cleared. I think it would really help their case if police came out and publicly cleared them. You know, so that's something Chris and Katie might want to talk to the police about. Because it definitely would. In my opinion, it would change things drastically on social media. The other thing that concerns me is, you know, that everybody just seems like there was no scent coming from the home, right? And the guy over search and rescue said basically there was no trace of Sebastian at the house as far as the dogs go. You know what I mean? Which is weird, because if they walked out that door, the dogs should have walked somewhere, maybe to the road, to a ditch. You know, they say they went to the retaining pond, but they don't know whose scent that was. But then from the retaining pond, I mean, it was drained. I mean, I don't know. And weird, guys, weird. And I guess we still don't know whose scent that was that went to the retaining pond. It's just a big, I mean, all them dogs, and we still got a big question mark. There's search of the landfill. There was a search warrant that was issued for the landfill, right? And, you know, police come out and said, you know, well, that's just standard procedure, you know. Somebody, I tell you what, if it's standard procedure, somebody that's watching this video right now that is familiar with the Summer Wells case, tell me what landfill police searched in the Summer Wells case. Tell me what landfill they shut down and searched in the Summer Wells case. The lights in the video, the security video that we've seen, the lights. My question is somebody in that video, could that be somebody in the video, some people in the video taking Sebastian away from the house? Could it be people getting rid of Sebastian? You know what I mean? You know, if Sebastian is, you know, no longer with us, was Sebastian alive at that time when those suspicious lights were on his street? You know what I mean? Just something to think about. And again, to this day, police obviously do not have enough evidence to charge anyone with Sebastian's disappearance. Now, that doesn't mean they don't have suspects or people of interest. Now, they can have suspects and people of interest, but not share it with the public. And they would have reasons for that. But again, like the police in the Idaho 4 case, they could also come out and publicly say these people had nothing to do with it, because the internet was blowing up, and people were getting people were they were just getting talked about bad. A couple of the jacks, the food truck guy, it was just blowing up so fast, and people were looking at these jacks, they were looking at the food truck guy. There's a house down the street from where the Idaho 4 got killed, and I guess maybe one of the jacks may have lived there for a little bit, and they were looking at that house. But point being is, police came out because the temperature and the information being relayed on social media, they knew it didn't match up with what they had, right? And people were looking at Jack. There are two Jacks, I think, Jack D and some other Jack. But I'm glad they did come out and say, we do not suspect the food truck guy. We don't suspect Jack. We don't suspect this. That, I think that really helped from that point on, how things kind of went down on social media. Why can't they do that in the Sebastian Rogers case? Because I constantly hear people say, I wished everybody would just quit, blaming this person and blaming that person. And I just wish they would quit being suspicious of this person, quit being suspicious of that person. It just takes one press conference to make that all go away. And it just takes one statement to make all that go away. And that statement is, we do not believe so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so had anything to do with the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. Now, why they can't do that or won't do that, that's beyond me. I don't know. But we have Chris Proudfoot, swearing up and down that they've been vetted and they have nothing to do with Sebastian's disappearance. But police can't come out and publicly have their back on that. That's between them and the police. That's going to be between them and the police. That would really take, if they have truly been cleared, the police could do them a favor, and it would take a lot of, unneeded pressure off Chris and Katie, would it not? So again, guys, I don't know why police will not do that. Again, that's going to be between, them and the police. So that's basically what I got for you. That's what's been on my mind today in the Sebastian Rogers case. So I just wanted to play that for you again. Let me play it one more time before we go.
In a grub truck video, offensive wounds. The male seen in a grub. The two surviving roommates. Do not believe the following individuals were involved. The two surviving roommates. The male seen in a grub truck video circulating on the internet. A private party who drove Kaylee and Madison home. Any of the individuals who spoke to the dispatcher on the 911 call. We're also aware of a male whom Madison and Kaylee had called several times the morning of November 13th, and we do not suspect that individual.
If the police could do this in the Sebastian Rogers case, I think it would help so much. Anyway, guys, that's what I got for you. Drop some comments below. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next video.